This video is about the upside of Austin's down market. Welcome to living in Cedar Park and Leander, Texas. And let me say, if this is your first time to my channel, I'm glad you're here. And if you want to know everything there is to know about living in Cedar Park, Leander, Texas, the North Austin area, you've come to the right place. I'm Dan Forbes, broker of Forbes Realty, and I work in the North Austin area, so if you want to know everything there is to know about Cedar Park, Leander, Liberty Hill, Pflugerville, Round Rock, Georgetown, this is the channel for me. And I do get calls and texts and emails almost every single day from people that are moving or relocating here, and I do absolutely love it. Today I'm actually sitting on the front porch of my mother's home in Tampa, Florida. So I've taken this week to come and spend with my mother, and I'm enjoying this visit. So sitting on the front porch, but thinking about you and wanted to share with you some information that I think is pretty interesting, and it is the upside of Austin's down market. So let's get into that right after this. So I guess the question is Austin in a down market right now? And let me share with you some numbers that support that. I'll let you make your own conclusion. So here's some numbers. In the last 7 days in our multiple listing service, we've had over 2,900 listings drop their price, and many sellers right now are dropping their prices multiple times. Total sales August of this year compared to August last year are down 30%. Days on market of the homes that are selling have gone from a 13 days on market last August to a 25 days on market this August, which is a 92 point something % increase in the days on market. That does indicate a slowing market. And one of the most telling numbers of all is the months of supply, which last August we had a 1 month supply of homes here in our Austin MSA area, and right now we have over a 3 month supply of homes, which is well over a 200% increase in inventory. The good news, well, the median price is still up 6.3% over this same time last year, so we have not seen the median home price here in our Austin MSA go into negative territory, but it might end up doing that. People ask me all the time, is our Austin real estate market crashing? I don't think it's crashing. I think it's normalizing, and it's also moving through a cycle, because all markets, whether you're talking about the stock market, the bond market, the housing market, all markets move in cycles. In fact, I was looking for a graph that might indicate that visually so that you could see what I'm talking about. So take a look at this chart. This is from propertygeek.net, and it shows an 18-year property cycle. Now, I don't know if the cycle is going to be an 18-year cycle this time or not. We used to speak of real estate moving in 7-year cycles, but this chart does point out the different phases of a real estate market. So take a look. So the chart begins after a recessionary period, and it shows the recovery phase where prices of real estate goes up, and according to Property Geeks, that takes about 7 years. And then there may be a mild dip in the market, followed by a more explosive phase of real estate prices. And that's certainly what we've seen here in the Austin area. We had a 24-month period of time, 2020 and 21, where our prices went up 70% over that 24-month time. Then that's followed by a recession phase, years 14 through 18. Now, recession is a term that's on everybody's tongue right now. The U.S. economy is in a recession, and it looks like the housing economy also is in a recession. Now, no one knows in any of these phases what the extent might be, how high the prices go up, how low the prices fall, And my point is to share with you the fact that real estate always moves in cycles. You have times where prices go up, you have times where prices come down, but over the long term, just like the stock market, prices continue to go up over time. Now, if you're thinking about buying a home and only holding it for a year and turning around and selling that home and making a profit, well, you may do that or you may not do that. It depends on where we are in the real estate cycle. So for example, if you bought a home in January of this year and you are wanting to sell that home right now in September of this year, you may find out after you get whatever sales price you can get today, after you pay your real estate expenses, that you are going to have less in your pocket than you paid for that home in January. Now, most people don't sell a home that quickly. So if you are a homeowner that you bought your home and you're planning on living in that home for 5 years or 7 years, no matter where you bought in the real estate cycle, you are probably going to be okay. If you are a speculator, and I've seen homes here in Austin that were bought 3 months ago and have been recently put back on the market, and some of these homes are going to sell for less than what the speculator paid for them 3 months ago. Speculation is risky in any market. Most of my clients that I deal with are either long-term investors or they are buyers that are buying the home to live in. Very, very few clients that I work with are speculators, and I warn people all the time about speculation. But if you bought your home here in Austin at the peak of the market, which was probably May of this year, and you're an investor and you're holding that for a long period of time, you're going to be all right. If you are a homeowner and you bought in May of this year and you're living in the home for 5 years or 7 years, you're going to be okay. But for those that bought at any peak in any market and then want to sell when we are in the downslope of the market or in the recessionary period, could likely net less in a real estate sale than what they paid for that home a few years earlier. Now, I've always said that. You can go back and look at my videos where I talked about Austin, a real estate bubble or not, and whether there was a crash coming or not. And I don't feel that we are in a real estate crash. I don't think we are experiencing that whatsoever. I think, though, that we are experiencing the downside of a real estate cycle. Look, 2 years of 70% appreciation total over 2 years. If the market claws back half of that, maybe I'd be surprised, maybe you'd be surprised, but that price would still be higher than it was 3 years ago. So it depends on when you buy, depends upon when you sell. That's my take on the market right now. But what's the upside of being in a down market and buying in a down market? Well, very quick, here's the points. Point number one, homes are less expensive now than they were in spring of this year. With all those price reductions, you can get a better price on a home right now than you could then. So if I was a buyer, I was looking today, I'd be glad that the real estate prices have come down. Point number two, homes are finally selling for less than their asking price. And in what I would call a balanced market, real estate prices, the homes may sell for 97% below the asking price. That would be a pretty typical balanced market in my opinion. But we were not in a balanced market during the pandemic, and homes were selling for 110 and 120% of the asking price with multiple offers. We're not in that kind of market now, and buyers should breathe easily about that. Point number three, buyers have more choices. We have over 150% more inventory now in the Austin area than we had 4 months ago, 5 months ago. So buyers have many more homes to look at right now, and that's a plus. And the fourth point is that competition among buyers is easing. If you were buying this time last year, you made an offer on a home, you were probably competing with 10 other buyers that were making an offer on the home, and people were paying significantly above the asking price. Now, you may make an offer on the home and be the only buyer that is making an offer on that home. So competition is has eased significantly here in the Austin market. So there are some great benefits to being a buyer in today's market. And if you are a seller in today's market, you need expert advice from, well, someone like myself, a broker with over 20 years of experience that's been through various market cycles. So if that's you, you're thinking about buying or selling real estate here in the Austin area, you got to do something. Look down in the description below and you'll see how that you can call me, text me, send me an email. Heck, I don't care. Send me a carrier pigeon because I'll be happy to help you. And I hope before you leave this channel, if you like the content, that you will subscribe and hit the bell so that you'll be notified whenever a new video is posted. And right now, you're beginning to see some other videos pop up from my channel. So if you want to know everything there is to know about living in Cedar Park, Leander, Texas, all the North Austin suburbs, just click around, visit my channel, and then reach out because I always respond to everyone that contacts me.